before y'all come for me, before you come for me, yes, this is going to be a voiceover for today. Just for today, I will be back on camera again next week, folks. Okay, just want to let y'all know because I got a little slack. But I want to tell you, I will be back on camera. I've been outside, okay, living my life, and I can't get on camera right now. I don't have all my things, okay. I'm not even anywhere near. I'm outside, okay. That's what I'll say. Having a great time, but also I don't have all the things that I need, and I'm not home. So with all of that being said, girl, you know you a deadbeat daddy when Marsau Scott got to get you together. Girl, Marsau, raggedy, I don't know, my son's peanut allergy. I'm picking up and going to Africa and leaving you niggas behind. Scott. Girl, what day is this? Girl, it must be the 3rd of February, girl. It must be the 3rd of February because I would have never guessed that he would have been eating this boy. When I tell you, Marsau, 4 plus 4, 8, that boy up. Girl ate him. I said, "Oh, son, what you gonna do? Marsau got 10 on the board. What you gonna do, son?" You can looking at zilch right now. Anyway, hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Vel. This is the Vel Perspective. And we talk about all kinds of things over here. Okay. And today we're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 8, episode 11. Nell-Raiser. If you're new to my channel, welcome. All right. I am an eclectic person. Okay. I talk about all kinds of things, and you'll find your way. Okay. You'll find your rhythm around here on this page. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Get in the comments. I love talking to you all. It is so fun. I cannot emphasize how much fun I have in the comment section. So definitely get in the comments and let me know what you think. And don't forget to like this video before you leave. And also consider subscribing to the channel. And I have merch, okay? And there's some dope pieces. So definitely check out the dope pieces on my merch site, thebellperspectivetvmerch.com. The link is in the description box. All right, let's get into it. All right, so we picking up where we left off with Nell and Chris and the family. And Nell is disagreeing with her family, saying that she doesn't feel like she need to go to therapy. Now, that's the funny thing to me about people who will love to say that therapy, you should go to therapy, but then they don't want to go to therapy for themselves, okay? I really don't like the fact that therapy has been stigmatized in our community. I think therapy and girl, I can't even tell you what somebody told me. Actually, I'll tell you. This uber religious person told me that therapy is the excuse people make to deal with their sin, the sin in their life. And I said, that's what you think therapy is? So if that person said that to me and they uber religious, okay, then I can only imagine what other people feel about therapy. Therapy is not for people with mental health. It could be. But I feel like people automatically assume if you're going to a therapist that you have mental health issues. And if you do, what's wrong? You're going to get them fixed. If you have high blood pressure, you'd go to the doctor. If you had diabetes, you go to the doctor. If you broke your leg, you'd go to the doctor. Mental health issues is very much the same. Something is going on internally, something you cannot see and you have no control over, but you need some fixing or some treatment. That's really what it is. I'm gonna get off my soapbox because, girl, I done started preaching in the 4th hour, so I won't do that in the 4th minute. So let's move on. Now, whilst Nell is going off on her family about how she don't have no bitch, she don't need to go to therapy. Therapy was for y'all. What I need is setting boundaries, and so I can get all my money back. I said, you know what? Au contraire. Okay. Oh, mon ami. Okay. Love. Guess what? A therapist can help you set boundaries. Okay. Therapists can help you set boundaries. All right. As you are sitting here spouting off all of this negativity towards therapy. I love Nell, but I just didn't like that hot shot take that she had because I felt like, girl, what are you talking about, ma'am? It was crazy. Let's be for real. Nell handles her children with a hammer. Not a real one, but with her tool in her toolbox is the hammer. But there are so many other tools in the toolbox, and everything does not need to be treated with a hammer, Nell. Everything doesn't need to be treated with a hammer. Okay. Now, the way she broke it down to us in the confessional about how she felt like she needed to set boundaries and her children needed to stop running her pockets dry, she could have easily had that very same conversation, but she didn't have the tools. And that's why she needs to go to therapy. Okay, I'm done. I spent 6 minutes talking about that. Let's move on. So, girl, Marsau meets with Marquez. So Marsau is down to black and Marquez goes down to meet him. Now, how the hell everybody know everybody? I don't even know. Marsau says he knows Marquez, he knows Trish, and he knows Ken, but he didn't know they was all connected. Some dare I call it a throuple? Marsau, shut your I am not gonna hold you. Marsau Scott had me keying, taking notes, and being like, ooh, he ate that the entire time, and I don't know how I feel about myself right now. Maybe it's time for me to schedule another session with my therapist because, girl, who am I? Whose side am I on? Okay, whose side am I on? All right, did he question you and the side you on? Because, girl, I was like, girl, hold on, what's going on? is there a rift in the matrix? What's going on, girl? Anyway. So apparently he used to work for Marquez used to work for Marsau at the movie theater. Now, what movie was this? The AMC or something? Was this a movie theater that Marsau used to own? Like, girl, what's the deal on that? What's going on over there? Okay, because they also said that Marsau used to have the women over there. Girl, it's a lot going on. What movie theater was this? Did they own it or did they work at it? Was this some random AMC that everybody and their mom used to work at and get paid $8 an hour? What's going on, girl? Anyway, so Marquez tells Marsau that he got into it with somebody. And it was the person that it was Ken. And Marsau said, I heard you had got into it with somebody, but I didn't know who you got into it with. And he was like, Ken, I didn't even know you. That's when he reveals to us that he didn't even know that the three of them had a throuple going on. Okay. And I just find that hard to believe because how do you say you know all these people, but you don't know who they married to or who they booed up with? But I don't know. Maybe you do know that person, but you don't know their backstory. I mean, it's possible. I'm not even gonna say that. Now, here go Marsau being shady and nosy. Girl, when I tell you, he was like, okay, listen. So come on, tell me everything. Break it down to me. Give me the timeline from start to finish, okay? So Marquez getting to telling the story and Marsau already making faces. I said, bitch, I was Marsau the whole damn time. Like, nigga, who? Nigga, what? Huh? Nigga, what? Nigga, who? Girl, the whole time, for real. I ain't even gonna hold you. Me and Marsau was literally on the same page. The whole time. Oh my God. What is happening right now in the forest, girl? So Marquez reveals that he wasn't there for Tricia when her family died. And I was like, how the hell you do not do that? Like, and then he was like, I realized I didn't have empathy. So you were a sociopath. Because somebody's parents died. You don't have to experience someone's parents' death in order for you to understand that that's a very sad thing. Like, so you're a sociopath is what that means. And you're on your way trying to get back because you see that Tricia is happy with another man and you don't want him to take the place that he left, that you left. Use a bum. Use a bum ass nigga. Okay. All right. So, baby, before Marquez could even finish this sentence, Marsau had jumped up on him, child. It was just getting them together. Okay, the short and long of it was, girl, Marsau was getting him together. For real. He now lives in Atlanta. And so Marsau was like, so you got up and left, right? You got up and left. You packed your raggedy duffel bag and left, okay? And so another man came in, slipped in, and took over the place for your children. He is doing all the things that your kids need. And he basically being the daddy that you should have been. And he was like, I don't like that. I am their father. And, how, son? How? Okay. How, son? Marsau asked him why he left. Baby, the answers, the answers wasn't answering for myself, nor were they for Marsau. Okay. And I appreciated Marsau. So for everyone, including myself, I actually am just speaking directly to myself because I don't know what y'all was doing over there. But for me, when I sat up here and was like, why did Marsau not hold Martell accountable? I'm pretty sure with this very direct conversation that he is having with Marquez, I'm pretty sure he tried to have that with Martell, but Martell is entirely too delusional. But that also makes me side-eye Marsau because the comment he makes about Mel. So we'll get into that in just a second. Anyway, so Marquez straight up says that he thinks Ken was waiting on his opportunity. Okay. He says, they met each other at the gym and was hanging out. And I called him, or I see that Ken is texting her, and she was like, that's just my gym buddy. And he ended up reaching out to Ken, and they have words. And he was like, you need to check your bid or check your girl, which, by the way, he switches up words when he's with Trish. And I was like, I see that, Marquez. Now I don't know if I can believe what you said. Anyway, he tells Marsau this. Girl, Marsau made that face like, oh. Girl, Marsau was classic in this entire scene. And as much as I do not like him, I like him, y'all. I really do. He is a likable villain. Marsau is such a likable villain. It's not even funny, girl. Anyway, now we see, I'm sorry, Marquez also talks about how the daughter stopped talking to him. Says, I hate you, and a man would never leave his family. He said, I feel like my daughter was influenced to say that. And Marsau was like, wait a minute, didn't you raise your daughter to be a very smart, intelligent woman who's confident and can speak her mind? He was like, yeah, okay, well, how do you not think that that's not exactly how she feels? Why do you feel like somebody else influenced her to say what she said? Maybe that's exactly what your daughter feels about you, because is it not true? Girl, y'all know that mean with that white lady putting her nose down, being like, bitch, that's this is it. that is me the whole time. Let me tell you, when they zoomed in and showed Marquez shaking in his little boots, I said, I know he big mad, baby. He is big mad. He don't want to be told about nothing, girl. So Marquez wants to figure out how he can move forward. And Marsau was like, listen, you're going to need to acknowledge that you left your kids. You're going to need to acknowledge them that, you made the big mistake. And you're going to have a lot of groveling that you need to do and explaining. Okay. And Marquez then said some old bullshit about how he doesn't want Ken to step in and be the father to his children. If his daughter comes home sad and hurt or whatever, he doesn't want his daughter to go to him. He wants his daughter to come call him on the phone. He basically wants Ken to be like, listen, if you sad or mad, call your daddy. What kind of, and then Marsau was like, that don't even make sense. Nigga, that's what you want for your dad, your daughter's, the man living with your daughter? He was like, no, exactly. So why the fuck you said this too? Marquez, go back to wherever you came from. So the only reason why your ass is over here is because you get an opportunity to be on damn TV and you want to be a star. Go sit your ass down, sir, please. Oh no. Because had this not been filmed, this nigga would not be nowhere around them kids. He moved to Atlanta. If you were so convicted or really wanted to have your kids with you and wanted to be the father that they needed, then why the hell your ass in goddamn Atlanta? Your kids are in Alabama. Girl, I'm done. Marquez is delusional. I will 100% agree with you. Marsau says it in the confessional. But here's where I disagree. And please, millimeters, don't be like, they always bring up Mel's name when it don't even matter. Production asked him. Because it just production asked him. You can tell from the way he even starts the conversation. The question must have been something to the effect of, who is the Mel and Martell be in the Trish and Marquez situation? That was the question. It may not have been verbatim, but that is something along the lines of what the question was. So please, okay, get off of it. So Marsau swears that he thinks that Marquez is similar to Mel as the delusional one. I really need a further explanation, because the only person who is delulu skip to my delulu in that relationship between Mel and Martell was Martell, because that nigga is crazy, okay, and psycho, and still is to this day. So I don't understand, because you can't even sit down and have no conversation with Martell. You can't tell Martell that the sky is blue. This nigga think this nigga think the shit is green, okay, and he will argue you down and tell you that the shit is green. So I don't know what you're talking about, Marsau. I really don't get it. But I also think that Marsau got a big old crush on Mel, and he just be doing stuff just so he can provoke her, so she can come at him, because he like when she do that. But we're going to move on. We're moving on. Last thing Marsau says to this man, he says, you know what? The next time you get with that man, next time you talk to him, you need to thank him, because he picked up the slack where you didn't. He was like, he had to. He had no choice. Marsau said, no, he didn't. He did have a choice. He could have got up and left like you did.
Now that's how you clear a bitch.
Girl, no notes. No notes, Marsau. No notes. No notes, baby. You got it. All right, we moving on. Oop. Again, no notes. We get Nell and Mel, and it's again manufactured scene, fake, phony. There is no reason why did they need to do all of this? we just cause okay. All right, but Mel looks cute though. I ain't gonna hold you, girl. That wig was wigging, girl, and that outfit was cute. Mel looked good, and her makeup was bomb as hell, child. She looked good. But this scene was fake. Nell tells her about the whole therapy session and how all the kids, basically, and including Chris, says that she need to go on therapy as well. And Nell is hurt. She says, I don't need therapy. I just need them to get out of my pockets, etc., etc. Again, little does she know that she can go to a therapist to help her set boundaries, because that's a people-pleasing issue that you have. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying there? That's years of my therapist, okay? Years of me going to therapy. Anyway, now here go Mel being shady as hell in a confessional to him. So, it's a generational thing. My generation is more open about therapy. Her generation on the other end, they not really, that generation isn't they're scared of the unknown. I said, girl, if you say generation about Miss Nell one more time, first of all, why are we calling her I can call her Miss Nell because she ain't no friend of mine. You, Mel, calling her Miss Nell, but she supposed to be your friend. Girl, I don't call none of my friends Miss nothing unless I'm being shady about something. Girl, or being funny. Child. Anyway, we're moving forward. Nell and Dr. Francis. Girl, when I tell you, now I don't know. Actually, it might be a combination of my monthly that's here. It could be a combination of my monthly that's here and or because I'm Cancer. Okay, I'm a Cancer. All right, shout out to the Cancer gang. But when I tell you, I was in there bawling. I'm not gonna do word for word, bar for bar, because I just don't feel like crying. But I thought that this was such a beautiful scene. Word on the curb is that they supposed to be getting a spinoff show. I would not be mad at it. I would not be mad if they did. I really like their family. I like their family dynamic. I like watching them. I think it's interesting. And so we'll see. Side note, that house that they live in, girl, beautiful. Nell, Chris, are y'all adopted any more kids? And listen, I pay my own bills. Okay. I have a job, a very good one actually. Well, very well paying. Can y'all adopt me too, please? I won't ask for no money. I mean, if y'all giving it out, I'll definitely take it. But I pay my own bills. All right. Are y'all adopting? Is there a place that I can apply? Okay, because that house was absolutely gorgeous, girl. Anyway, now, Dr. Francis, who we love. Listen, Dr. Francis is a national treasure. We must protect him at all costs. Nell get to talking with Dr. Francis, get there, and he was looking at her like, oh, God. And Chris was looking at him like, see what we got to deal with? now you see the bullshit we got to deal with. Girl, listen, the kids open up and they say that whenever I have anything I need to address, she always jump in and does not allow me to finish talking. Dr. Francis basically condenses that to say that every time you jump in and overtalk your kids, something dies in them. Okay. A little piece of them dies. They feel unheard. They feel unimportant, all of the things. Okay. And you need to be listening, an active listener, right? Now, Nell goes in, well, I done told him, and half the things I done said was, I already told you so, and all this other stuff. Dr. Francis, again, clears. Listen, your mama is a very delicate woman, and she does all this hooting and hollering because she is a very delicate person, because she wants to cover it up. When I tell you, Nell sat there on mute, girl, on mute, okay? No notes, Dr. Francis. Funny as hell to me. Ultimately, Dr. Francis has Nell say nice things to her children, and he says, listen, I understand that your biggest concern right now is your money, but you need to be listening to your children. They have feelings and they need to be expressing those feelings to you. So the money will be there. Okay, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna get it. It's gonna come. It's gonna go. It's gonna do whatever it is that you wanted to do. But mama, right here, these kids, you need to be paying attention to them. All right. So when I tell you boo-hoo cried, and she was crying and hugging Dr. Francis too. Whew. Yeah, that was good. It was. Now here we go to Tricia and Marquise. What is his name? Marquise? Is his name Marquise? I forget. Whatever. They have a formal conversation about divorce and haven't spoken since he left the house. And Marquise says that he doesn't respect Ken. And he felt like he didn't like the way that Ken rolled up on Tricia. And I'm thinking to myself, why the hell do you care about any of these things? Your ass is in motherfucking Atlanta. If you really cared about how Tricia felt, your ass would not be in motherfucking Atlanta, okay? You bruised, your ego is bruised. You got a lot of pride. Here she moved on, and she got cameras following her around. She could potentially be on a hit. She is on a hit TV show, and you won't part of that. And so your only claim is to say that you got an issue with Ken, because girl, you was not checking for Tricia before the end. I promise you that. You're not gonna get me to believe that. He called him Mr. Muscles and all this other stuff and everything, and Trish was like, you wasn't there. You weren't there for me. He does admit that he wasn't there for her when her parents died, her sister died. Sir, what in the hell is wrong with you? Trisha, I see why you left him. Now, do y'all believe that Trisha was cheating on Marquise? I don't know. Now, when she had a conversation with sister was like, well, I thought that, Ken was just a plaything and you was going to go back to Marquise when you was ready. So I was kind of like, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it was crossover. I don't know. Y'all get down in the comments and tell me what y'all think, because girl, I don't know. Now, Marquise, I don't know if y'all caught that, but he was like, yeah, I reached out to Ken and he told me that I needed to reach out to my bitch. I said, now, when you said the same story to Marsau, you did not say nothing like that. You said your girl. You over there trying to kick up dust in people's house. I saw that. Nigga, you ain't slick. You ain't slick. Anyway, they start talking about Zaria, their daughter, and how the daughter told the school that her dad drives trucks and he'd be here for Father's Day, if he wasn't driving trucks. And I guess Marquise went up to the school and was trying to check in on Zaria, the daughter, and it was like, oh, we thought you was driving trucks. He was like, I don't drive motherfucking trucks, but Ken does. Well, sir, if you have not been around, you packed your raggedy duffel bag and went to Atlanta. I don't understand how he thinks that him packing up his raggedy duffel bag means that his kids are going to look at him like he is father of the year. I don't understand. When I tell you delusional Marsau, again, no notes, because how the fuck did you think this was going to play out, sir? I don't understand your logic there, my brother. I really don't. And I wish you well. Dr. Francis, you might want to come check on this brother too. Cause he think 4 + 4 = 7. Okay. Like he missing something. He really is. They get to talking about the divorce and they said, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to get it going. He said, I'm going to go down to downtown. I'm going to file it. He says $400. You want to go half on it? I said, oh, no. Oh, no. But then I also thought about it and was like, why not? This your divorce too. You want it just as much as he does. So why not? And if you can't go all the way, if he can't go all the way, that's fine. Go ahead and finalize. For me, absolutely. Here's this $200. Please go on. Here, bye. I'm done. I would have been, baby, I'll pay for the whole thing. That's kind of, I was looking at her like, and then she was like, oh, Ken will pay for it. I was like, I don't know about you, Tricia. Here's the thing. I'm all about a woman being taken care of if a man gonna take care of her, right? Let me take that back. Let me put a caveat on that. If her man wants to gift her money. Now she taking care of herself. She ain't no dependent, because I do believe that women need to have their own stuff too. I think grown adults need to have their own stuff. Okay. But if Ken wants to gift her this money to help speed things along, fine. But the way she said it just made me feel like she was also just using Ken. I don't know. Y'all get down in the comments. That didn't sit in my spirit right. I didn't like the way that came out her mouth. I don't. But also, I don't too much care for Tricia neither. Still, even though Marquise or Marquez or whatever the hell his name is ain't shit, I don't too much care for Tricia neither. Anyway, y'all get down in the comments. Tell me what y'all think about the episode, girl. All I know, Marsau Scott, no notes, baby. But I hope you remember all of the things that you said when you're dealing with your kids, because Tisha is over there a whole single mama. Okay? Tisha is a whole single mother over there, my guy. So what you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do? Anyway, again, y'all get down in the comments. Tell me what you think about the episode. I will be back on camera next week. Okay? I just want to repeat myself, because some of the people in the back, chat on. I will be back on camera next week. I promise you. Okay. I just had a little hiccup here and there. Okay. But I will be back on camera next week. So anyway, get down in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, okay? Check out my merch page, my merch site, thebellperspectivetv.merch.com. I put all that links and whatnot in the description box. Check out my merch. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Next week, you'll see my face. Take care.